Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and to another episode of the Vegas Golden Knights franchise mode in NHL 21. In the past episode, we did make it to the Stanley Cup playoffs, but unfortunately got swept in the second round by the Calgary Flames, and the Boston Bruins ended up winning Stanley Cup. We did get Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with a trade we made with the Edmonton Oilers. We traded Marc-Andre Fleury, so he did have 14 points in 11 games, leading the team in scoring in the playoffs, so it's a big acquisition for us. We're going to have to make some moves over. We're going to have to do some work in the offseason. Definitely tight on cap space. Nugent Hopkins and Martinez, both of them with contracts that are expiring, will have to resign. So we'll see what we can do in terms of cap space. But for now, we're going to start it off with the NHL entry draft. Let's see where we're picking. So we're actually going to be pick 16 in the first round. So not too bad. It's in the middle of the pack. We do have, I believe, pick in round number 2. Yeah, right at the start there, round 2, number 4. So definitely, so taking a look at the draft class, we're gonna have the 16th pick as well as around like the 35th, 36th pick. So I'm just looking right now at Ruslan Joss. 6 goals, 9 assists, 52 games played. A left winger out of Russia. Now, did notice we don't have a lot of players scouted. This player here, ETA 3 years, similar to Phil Kessel. So might be somebody we could look at getting at number 16, as well as Logan Stankonev. We may be looking at getting him in round number 2. There's a couple of wingers. Now, our team is definitely a bit short on centers. So maybe if we can grab some good centermen, that would be good. So Todd Eaton here is a gem, ranked to go 58. So it'd be like a late second round pick, a right winger out of the Liga. So we can maybe take him if we have 2 picks in the second round. Not quite sure. We have number 4. So we have a pick right at the start of the second round. We have number 16. So great. We actually have 2 picks in the second round, which will be good. So I'm just going to select over to our pick and see who goes from 1 to 10. Look at all the 15 picks before us. So Aatu Ratu, 68 overall, high elite. Then Semenov, a power forward, goes to the Habs. Clark, a right wing 2A forward, goes to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Trevor Wong goes to the Oilers. Sillinger to the Devils. Zachary Leodot to the Coyotes. And so on. Carson Lambos there, a 69 overall with the Ottawa Senators. I had Carson Lambos in my previous franchise mode. I did. It always seems to sim well. Dylan Ginther. Wow, some pretty good picks. Even going up to number 14, Brant Clark, medium elite. So let's take a look here at number 16, what we can pick. Like I said, I was probably looking at that Joss guy. Brett Harrison here, he's a centerman. Did have not a bad year, 48 points in 64 games with the Oshawa Generals. No report on this player, so we could definitely take a shot in the dark, grab him, or Ruslan Joss, who's still 3 years away at 17, who's a winger. Brett Harrison is a center, so this is a tough decision to make because, like I said, we definitely really need a centerman or 2 on our team because the center depth's not extremely strong. Joss is 3/4 elite. Harrison, or scouts like him, he's a center. I'm going to take a chance with him. So Brett Harrison out of the Oshawa Generals. Hopefully he's a good pick. 57, but he's a medium top 6. So Joss is 65 overall, a medium top 6. Same thing. And Harrison is 57 overall, medium top 6. So 8 overalls higher and 1 year younger. So it might have been a better pick to take him, but at the end of the day, we do need centerman. Hopefully he can grow the next couple of years and he could be good for us moving forward. So we're going to make our pick in the second round, which is 35th overall. So for this pick, I'm actually going to go off the board a bit right here. We have a couple of options. We have Logan Stankonev, who's a right winger. Similar Ryan Kessler, but 4 years already. Probably not going to be in the NHL right now. James McCollum, who's a right defenseman, 17 years old, 3 years. A guaranteed medium elite defenseman, 6 foot, 194. So I think I may be looking at either him or Stankonev. Maybe not, would probably not be ready. I'm actually going to go take the guaranteed. But again, Stankonev could be elite. I'm going to take a chance with Logan Stankonev. We have some very good defensemen on our team already, so we're going to get some forwards. And he's a 60 overall medium top 6. All right. So for our next pick in the second round, 47th overall, I could get a McCulloch 3/4 elite. I was looking to potentially get this Todd Eaton guy, right winger. Todd Eaton out of the Liga. He's 18 and he's 3 years away, similar to Rick Nash, and he's halfway to medium elite guaranteed. Our scouts like him as a gem, so I'm going to take a chance with Todd Eaton. He's a gem. Hopefully, he's going to assimilate well. 64 overall, medium, top 6 sniper. In the mid-second round, it's definitely not a bad pick at all. I'm going to take a look now at the third round. So I didn't want to go too crazy with making a lot of trades in the first draft. So I like the team as it is right now. And I'm just trying to, at the same time, kind of build for the future. So Nick Malik, 6184, is 19 years old. Guaranteed medium starter. Not the best numbers, but he's 3 years away. Definitely like to get a young goalie for the future. So Nick Malik, 62 overall, medium starter, goaltender in the fourth round is a pretty good pick. With a goalie guaranteed to be potentially a starter in the NHL. Hopefully that'll work out. I'm going to take a look now, a couple of guys that could be medium elites. We got a left defenseman, Mark McTaggart and Cody Herring. So I'm going to take a chance with McTaggart. 6'5", 200 pounds. He's a huge defenseman. ETA is 5 years, but it's not 100% guaranteed. So let's take a chance with him. 49 overall medium elite. There you go. Two-way defender, McTaggart. A big body. So a medium elite defender in the fifth round. Pretty happy with that. And now, again, it's a lot of just shots in the dark right now. Not a lot of guarantees, even with elites right now. So, take a look at the center. So, we have a few different options here. For my next pick, I could get either Denny Gore, J.R. Avon, Justin Gill. All of them could be medium elite. This guy here is at 17, ETA 5, ETA 5 years, ETA 5 years. Jesper Albeline here out of Europe. Could be low elite. Going to take a chance on him. Hopefully he's elite. There you go. 51 low elite. So hopefully he can grow pretty quickly for us. And now we're in the 7th round. Pick number 210. Might be our last pick of the draft. This guy, Ruben Rafkin, could be a medium elite. Oscar Lindgren could be a low elite. So ETA 5 years, ETA 5 years. This guy's already 19. I'm going to take a chance here with a left defenseman, Oscar Lindgren. Hopefully it's a good pick. 50 overall low elite. All right, so not the best potentials. Not the best overalls, but definitely we got a couple of good potential players. So fairly happy with that draft. And now we're going to go over the re-sign phase. We're going to have to do a lot of work because right now we have limited cap space and we still have a few players we need to sign. All right, so we have 14.5 million of cap space. Definitely not as bad as I thought it would be. I like to go by position first. So Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, our new acquisition, he does want a contract extension. 7.2 for 7 years. All right, so it's quite a big contract. Maybe I'll wait and see if I can maybe make it a bit smaller. But apart from that, Carlson's 85 overall. Cody Glass grew 2 overalls to 82 at 22 years old. That is fantastic. Chandler Stevenson there, 81. So definitely already going to have a better center core as we did last year. As for left wingers, Marchessault, Pacioretty are signed. Wonder how long. Yeah, so 2 more years for Pacioretty, 3 more for Marchessault. Then you got Payne Krebs there, 81 overall, which is the guy I was hoping would grow from the AHL. So he grew quite a bit. I think it was like 77 around that range. So I think he grew like probably around 4 overall since I last seen him in the AHL. Carrier there could potentially still be on our fourth line. As for right wingers, we have Mark Stone at 87 overall, Smith and Tuck there at 84, then Reeves with 78. So maybe look at a fourth line right winger. As for defenseman, Pietrangelo there, 91 overall. Shea Theodore, 85. Martinez, 84. He wants a new extension. And then McNabb. And then Nick Hag there, 78-22. I'm hoping that he would be ready to start off in the NHL. And then goaltending, we are set. So not a whole lot of players that we need to sign. A few guys in the AHL. As for UFAs, the main guys are Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Martinez. So Nuge wants 7.2. What if I make it a bit of a shorter contract? It doesn't get a lot cheaper, but I could potentially get him for like 7 or 6.75. Martinez wants just under 6. So I'm hoping I could get these guys for like 12 million or less. which would leave us a million to work on the bottom line, which I think honestly our team is not bad. I think our team is pretty good. Maybe improve the fourth line and bottom defensive pairing. But apart from that, not a lot of work we need to do. 7 years for Nugent Hopkins would bring us until he's 35. So I'd like to bring it down a couple of years. If I put it at 3 years, his price does go down a bit. So I'm going to try with 3 years, 6.75 to see if Nugent Hopkins would accept. I think that'd be a pretty fair deal. As for Alec Martinez, I'm going to try to give him a year or two, maybe 2 years. Let's see. Going to give him 2 years until he's at 35. He's still 84. Could definitely be a serviceable defenseman for $5.5 million. As for our phase, I'm probably just going to go give these guys some qualifying offers. So as for goaltending, we have Robin Leonard, who's still going to be our starter. He's locked up long-term at $5 million, a phenomenal contract for an 87 overall goalie, still under 30 years old at 29. Oscar Doss or Ferguson, one of them is going to be our backup in the NHL. One of them is going to be our starter in the AHL. And then Patera is our backup in the AHL as well. So I'm going to let Vikman and Malik grow maybe one more year in junior. And hopefully one of them could maybe make the jump in the AHL next year. As for defensemen, we offered Martinez a contract. Just waiting on the other guys to sign. Or I send them qualifying offers. And I think we're pretty good to go to advance a day and see if Martinez and Nugent Hopkins are going to sign. And there you go. Ryan Nugent Hopkins does accept our offer, as well as Alec Martinez is going to reject. Going to have to give him maybe a bit more money. So like I said, Ryan Nugent Hopkins there, 6.75 for 3 years. Just going to have to go ahead and sign Alec Martinez again. So I'm going to try to give him maybe 5.6 for 3 years and see if he's going to accept that. All right, so Martinez is actually going to reject once again. So we got a lot of guys from the AHL sign. Now, I try to give Martinez 5.6 for 3 because he's already 33 years old. So I think the best thing right now is to have him go into free agency. Because, I don't really want Martinez until, like, say, 35 or 36. At 84, he could definitely drop down. So it says he wants a contract extension, but he's not wanting my offer, which was 5.6. He wants 5.9, so just $300K less. So my first pairing is going to be Pietrangelo Theodore. Second pairing, McNabb, and then probably somebody from free agency. And then Holden and Hag potentially could be the bottom pairing. So I think I'm going to let Martinez walk. And we have $8 million to work with, 8.4. Then we actually have all of our UFAs signed. Or I let Nosen go. I let a few guys go as well that just weren't looking for 1 year deals one way and would be like under 80 overall and want like $1 million or more. So it's a few guys that I let walk. And then as for our face, we have a couple of guys that we sent qualifying offers to. So we let a few guys walk that weren't going to make our team. And then I think we're good to go into free agency. All right, so number one, I think I will look at a defenseman. And maybe if I can get somebody cheap enough, I could get another couple of bottom fours as well. So Elias Pettersson is in free agency. He wants $11.9 million, listed as a franchise at 92 overall. This is crazy. I mean, Reinhardt wants literally like almost the same as Pettersson, not even $400K less. He's 5 overalls under Pettersson and 3 years older, so I think that's a bit insane. Even Mike Hoffman, 86 overall at 31, wants just $1.9 million less than Pettersson. So I think it's pretty crazy. Taylor Hall, Alex Ovechkin, what a crazy free agent pool we have here in the first free agency of the year. That's insane. Taking a look quickly if there's any goalies just interested to see. So Freddie Anderson's in free agency, Tuukka Rask, Jordan Binnington. Wow, Halak, Lundqvist, Dubnyk. This free agency is actually insane. Wow. For a team that would have a lot of cap space and are trying to win now, this would be a jackpot for them. So I'm just looking at goaltenders, and Hugo Alnefeld is a UFA. 71 overall, medium starter potential at 20 years old. Don't know why he's a UFA, but I'm sending him a contract, 3 years, 2-way right now. If he could be like our AHL starter and grow to potentially NHL goalie, that is an absolute steal to get him for free. So as it stands right now, I'm just going to give a quick overview of the team. The team is looking very good already. I'm going to need a defenseman because we have 86 Marchessault, 86 Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 87 Stone on the first line. We have 85 Pacioretty, 85 Carlson, 84 Smith on the second line. And then the third line, I'm really excited for a couple of young guys there. 81 overall Krebs, 82 overall Cody Glass, 84 Alex Tuck. Glass and Krebs are both listed as third line forwards. Then 79 Kittier, 81 Stevenson, 78 Reeves. It's going to be the forward line. In terms of defensemen, we have 91 Pietrangelo, 85 Theodore. We have 82 McNabb, which is a two-way defender. So I'm going to have to try to find a partner for McNabb. And then we have 79 overall Holden and 78 overall Hag as a bottom pairing. So again, I need a partner for McNabb, who's a two-way defender. So I'm going to try to find somebody who would fit well with him on the second pairing. And Robin Leonard in net. And I think I found a perfect match here. Dougie Hamilton wants 5 years. He's 85 overall. He's one of the better defensemen in the league right now. I mean, look at 2019-2020. 40 points in 47 games with the Hurricanes. 34 points last year in simulation. Not as good a year. But he's a top four defenseman. He's an offensive defenseman. He does fit on pairing number 1, but I'm sure him and Theodore could be interchangeable, and we could move one to the second pairing as well. I think Hamilton would be definitely a good candidate. Gustafsson would be another, although he wants a lot of term. I think Ryan Murray could be an interesting addition as well. Zdeno Chara is still playing. He's 44 years old. Taking a look now at Ryan Murray. He's a two-way defender. Would fit on all defensive pairings. But I think Dougie Hamilton could be really good. Look at those stats for a defenseman. Balance all around. 90 slap shot power. 90 offensive awareness. 87 defensive awareness. 88 speed as well. I think Dougie Hamilton could be pretty good. I'm offering him a couple of 100,000 more. 5.5 for 5 years. With us, 6 teams interested. Hopefully Dougie Hamilton can come to Vegas. That will lead us about $3 million to work with, $2 to $3 million. So I'm just going to go and see down the list if there's any really good affordable forwards that could be a good deal, such as like a Derek Brassard. Anthony Duclair wouldn't be bad as well. Even Anthony Cirelli. He's probably an RFA. Yeah, he is. So I'm going to see if Dougie Hamilton signs, and after that, look at depth scoring for the forwards. All right, so Hugo Alnefeld actually accepted our offer. That's an absolute steal for a 20-year-old goalie. Hopefully Hamilton accepts Giordano from the Flames. Wow, it's quite an offer. And oh no, Dougie Hamilton goes to the Sens. That's it's pretty bad. So I'm gonna have to try to find a alternate plan. Instead of Hamilton, we're gonna have to get maybe an 84 overall, such as Alex Edler. I guess it wouldn't be bad as well. He's already 35. He's a two-way as well. Zdeno Chara, would he work on our team? He's not even scouted properly. I'm going to have to look at other options for sure. Sammy Vatanen, look at those stats. He has a 90 deking, actually. 90 speed, 88 offensive awareness, 86 defensive awareness. He's not as much of a bigger defenseman, but he's offensive. So he could maybe work well along with McNabb, who's a two-way. So 4 years until he's 34. Maybe give him 2. I'm going to see if maybe he takes 2 years at 4.6. I think he would definitely be a very good mid-pairing defenseman for us. Going to assembly a couple of days, see if Sammy Vanden's going to come to our team. Hopefully he does. We definitely need a defenseman. And there it is, Sammy Vatanen. Welcome to Vegas. Let's go. So our defensive core is looking pretty nice for sure right now. Fun fact, Lucas Cormier, he's from my home province of New Brunswick, Canada, and it looks like he's doing pretty well in junior over with the Charlottetown Islanders in the Sim. 57 points in 63 games, 19 years old, 63 overall. Hopefully he can become a pretty good defenseman and maybe make our team. He was a third-round draft pick, so it's a pretty cool story right there. So we do have a couple of million spare right now of cap space. We could actually maybe do another deal. Sign another player, so let's see what's available here. Ilya Kovalchuk, he's definitely interesting because he always seems to assimilate well. If you look at his shot, 91 and 92 overall, 4.5 puck skills, 86 speed. He's still fairly quick. I think Ilya Kovalchuk could definitely be a good player for us. He didn't even play last year in assimilation. He's pretty cheap, 3.3 for 1 year. It's definitely a low risk, high reward for Kovalchuk. So I'm going to try to sign him to a 1 year deal. He would be awesome for us either on our third line, put Tuck on the fourth, or put Kovalchuk on the fourth. That would be a nasty fourth line for sure with him on there. And there you go. Ilya Kovalchuk is coming to Las Vegas there. He's still got an elite shot and not too slow either. I think Kovalchuk is going to be fantastic for our team. That's a very good depth addition. And as for our team, I don't think we have any RFAs. We don't. Our team is looking pretty good, guys. I think that was a very successful offseason in terms of just trying to get better right now. We drafted some decent players with some elite potential. I think it's a fairly good offseason, and I'm going to simulate over to next year. Now, this trade from the Nashville Predators, tell me if this makes sense. We swapped thirds for 22 and 23, and we give them Patera. This is basically giving Nashville a free goaltender. EA, what is this trade? That is hilarious. All right, so one more thing I'm going to do before starting next year is I'm going to assign a few more alternates because in real life, I double-checked. All right, so one more thing I want to do before going into editing the lines. I want to change an alternate captain because I looked online and I noticed that Alex Pietrangelo was an assistant captain. So I want to make it as authentic as possible, give the A to Pietrangelo and Riley Smith with Mark Stone as captain. All right, so I'm going to play around with the lines a bit. Just looking at the lines right now, I'm really happy, especially with Payne Krebs and Cody Glass, who went up even more, 84 and 83. As for defense, it's definitely looking nice. Everyone has a plus chemistry, so Vanden and McNabb were perfectly together, and Robin Leonard still 87. So right off the bat, I'm really happy. I'm going to play around with the lines a bit and get back to you guys in a second. Alright guys, so after a lot of tweaking, the lines are looking fantastic. Every single one of our lines and defensive pairing have green. Alright, so chemistry worked perfectly. Marchessault, Nugent, Hawkins, Stone in the first line. So with the +1, 88, 87, and 87. Second line, the young guys, Cody Glass, 84 overall at 22. Payne Krebs, 83 overall at 20. Both of them have second line roles, as you guys can see. They have the +1 with Riley Smith, so they're 85, 85, and 84. The third line, William Karlsson, 85, Pacioretty, 85 on the wing, and Alex Tuck, 85. So the third line are all 86 overall. The fourth line, Chandler Stevenson with Ilya Kovalchuk is on the fourth line. Nicolas Roy. So basically our fourth line is 80, 82, and 84 overall. This team has center depth. This team has depth on all four lines. I can't see how we can make a run for the Stanley Cup. Honestly, I think this team is definitely a legit contender. Vatanen and Pietrangelo have a +3. McNabb, Theodore have a +3. And our bottom pairing is going to be Dahlstrom and Coghlan. We're going to get to that later. But Vatanen and Pietrangelo with a +3. 86 and 94. The second pairing, 88 and 85. And the third pairing, 79 and 80. So Carl Dahlstrom is 78 overall at 26. Dylan Coghlan here, 79 overall at 23 as a top 6 role, medium top 4 potential. And then I'm going to have Nick Hag in the minors for one more year. He actually has a +3 playing with Zach Whitecloud, which I like that quite a bit. Can't really get that -1 off, which is kind of annoying, but Nick Hag here, he's still listed as a minor top 2 defenseman, so I don't want to rush him. He's only 22. He's still young. If he can get up to maybe an 80 overall for next year, he's definitely going to make the team. So we could have Nick Hag over in the NHL for defense with Vanden, Pietrangelo, Theodore. I mean, I'm really excited for the future of this team. It's very good. Now, the power play is going to look like this. I don't have Cody Glass in a power play. Honestly, not a lot of place to put it. So I have Stone, Nugent, Hawkins, Marchessault, Pacioretty, Pietrangelo, and then Tuck, Karlsson, Krebs, Kovalchuk, and Theodore at the point. So all of the power play units have a +1, which is great. So I actually have Cody Glass starting penalty kill, so it looks like it's pretty good for there. 3-man usually gonna have a -1, but penalty kill not bad. So again, I'm really excited for this team moving forward. In goal, we have Robin Leonard with Oscar Dons backing him up, 78 overall at 27. As for the AHL, we have Dylan Ferguson. I'm actually going to move Hugo Alnefeld at starter. So 73 overall, minor backup goalie role actually, but same as Dylan Ferguson. Hopefully Alnefeld can do good and maybe have him eventually be an AHL goaltender. And then with the AHL, I'm just going to move the lines a bit right here. So as for the AHL, I'm probably going to have to make a move or two. I have William Carrier on the AHL right now, but I'm probably going to trade him before the next episode because he is listed, because he's making 1.4 for 3 years on a one-way deal. And I'm going to have to definitely make a spot for him with a younger guy, trying to make a trade because it's just not working with the chemistry. Also have Ryan Reeves. He's on his last year of his contract, so he's probably going to be leaving after. It could probably even honestly trade Reeves and Carrier because I was thinking of them being on the fourth line in the NHL. But I got Kovalchuk and Nicolas Roy made his way to the NHL. So I think going to make a move for that. But this is going to be the NHL team we're going to use next year. Like I said, I'm really optimistic with that team, and we're actually listed as a buyer. Last year, that would mean we were, I guess, champion team status, so looking forward to that. So that's going to do it for the episode, guys. Do leave a like if you enjoyed. I would appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new as well. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the content. You get notified as soon as I be posting those videos. And I'm going to have a schedule up soon. So definitely take a look at Twitter and Instagram. So at the Canadian, I'm going to be posting a schedule of my uploads. So it's going to be weekly uploads for sport-related videos, video game such as Pokemon videos. So I'm going to be posting almost each day of the week. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And thank you for watching, guys. And as always, have a great day.